But with some training, you'll become a force to be reckoned with. Let's get started. The elves of Llanowar are impressive warriors. Good. You don't have enough lands to cast anything yet. So that's all you can do right now. Wake up! Wake up! Whew, looks like you barely survived your last battle. But with some training, you'll become a force to be reckoned. Let's get started. The elves of Llanowar are impressive warriors. Perhaps one of them will help us practice.
The forest belongs to the elves.
She seems like an enthusiastic. You'll need to draw mana from lands to cast your spells. Good. You don't have enough lands to cast anything yet. So that's all you can do right now. Play another land so you can summon a creature. You can summon creatures to fight for you. Only one of your creatures is ready to attack.
You're going to pay for that.
Mouse over cards to inspect their details. suppressing the attack. Ah, you've been blocked.
Admirable. Pity I have to crush you.
That's a big problem. That beast will destroy your creatures if you attack.
You've shown spirit, but I will show you strength.
Stand your ground. One of your creatures can block it. Take down that beast while it's still recovering.
Oh, you're not making this easy. We've got you cornered.
Cast the spell. Clear a path to finish her.
Well fought, outsider.
Ooh, shiny. You've unlocked a new card. Yeah, good work back there. But if you're going to battle another Planeswalker, you've got to be prepared for anything. I know a guy on Ravnica that can teach you everything you need to know about tactics.
Surprise attack! Yes, first blood. Woohoo!
Don't worry, these things are basically harmless. Okay, maybe worry just a little bit.
Aha! Second blood. Alright.
You need to mount a defense.
I've got more where that came from.
Your creatures aren't tough enough to survive being blocked. Hold them back.
Everybody but me, charge! Nobody kills my troops but me! Wait, huh? Ow, ow, ow! Where's an army of expendable minions when you need one? Oh, here it is.
Defense. He'd be a fool to attack you now.
Never hold back. Never back down. Never walk barefoot in a goblin warren. It's time to bring the pain.
This is going to hurt.
A good general knows when they're beat, so you should probably give up now. Have mercy on me, please! It's the pokey bits that hurt the most.
You're a quick learner, so let's try a more challenging lesson. He might look like any other merfolk, but his knowledge is boundless. Stay patient and keep an open mind.
If it is wisdom you seek, I will teach you. Birds fly freely, unfettered by earthly bonds. Everything is connected. You must understand the air, land, and sea.
That bird can fly over any blockers on the ground. All right, you give it a shot.
Okay, so now hopefully people can actually hear me. My apologies, people. Anybody that actually finds this recording.
Good. You've been paying attention.
I do apologize for all the talking that I was doing. None of it was being recorded. That is entirely
Obstacles
my bad.
may block your
I'm
path,
a terrible streamer.
but do not lose
I
sight
will
of your true
maybe
goal.
get better.
Is that crab wearing a pirate hat?
No reason. But see, there would have been a case where, so if I wouldn't have dropped the Loxodon Line Breaker,
Battles ebb
I could
and
have
flow.
bluffed an instant spell, so attacking into an 0-4 doesn't look as much obvious of
Keep going.
okay.
He's running
so
out
let's
of
just
cards.
Keep beefing up this guy. So now actually I'm gonna attack through Red and say bye crab. Until I get something that can either
If you keep to the
move
shallows,
this or
you'll
lock
never
it
learn
down.
the secrets of the depths.
They are on a 4-turn
Wow,
clock
that sounds
to kill me,
deep.
but I am on a 3-turn clock to kill them. Drawing cards, one of the most powerful things you can possibly do in human Magic the Gathering. So here, I assume they're going to want to, essentially gain 5 life. Yes, they did. So I would like to gain 4 life, please. Hooray! Nothing I can do without a flag. White is not.
If you make big waves, do not
Alright, so
blame
hopefully
the
the top
ocean
of my deck
when you
has
get
something
carried
for
away.
me to take care of this Titanic
lessons are just
Plegasaur, and
majestic.
it does. I get to go flying. So I prefer the approach of spread the wealth. So I get to attack with a 6/6. They can't crack back a, it's not really helping them a 4/6 into a 5/6. And now it puts them on a 1-turn. Really, they should keep the 2/2 back unless they can get this thing wings, which apparently they can't. I don't know why you would attack. It's not
The
going to win you the
student
game.
is a river.
You have no
The
blockers.
teacher is an ocean.
So what do you
The
have
master is
that
also
makes that
an
attack
ocean.
make sense?
Wait, what? That
Kalubi.
last one sounds a bit fishy.
Kalubi? Salabi? Doesn't
You
matter,
know what?
game's over.
The mystic I was
I have
thinking
exactly
of isn't
legal.
even a murder.
Because they didn't keep
It was
back the
fun
2/2.
while it lasted.
Simple little computer-based mistake. If you're watching this video looking for tips on how to be a better, just fundamental Magic the Gathering player, always consider the crackback. What will they do to attack back at you after you've attacked and left some of your creatures
Okay,
tapped
you're
down?
almost ready to take on anyone,
In a position that they
including
can't
whoever
defend.
roughed you up in the first place. Watch her every
So I have a
move
turn 1
and
play,
be ready
turn
for
2
anything.
play, and lands to cast them. Also, why I don't understand why they do this to you.
Oh, what
You actually
pretty
get to
little
draw
thing
7
has
cards,
wandered into my web.
and it starts 20v20 life points in a proper game of Magic. But for whatever reason, Florida was just like, nah, we're not going to teach you how to actually
Go
play
on,
Magic.
attack
We're going to
me."
use this weird, watered-down dummy Magic. Yeah, that's what they want to see. It's just mass confusion about what this game actually is. Wonderful
This is my
thinking,
favorite
Watsy. Oh, I said I'd previously done that lesson while I was muted. Watsy from the Wizards of the Coast. It is the division
Let her get
of
under your
Hasbro
skin.
Toy Company that actually makes
Your
Magic
move.
the Gathering cards. Waxy. Bad fundamentals. Oh, and they got a flashy flash. Yep, flash creatures are fun. So flash means that you can cast at instant speed, which is whenever you have priority. Priority you can kind of track by...
Did you see that coming?
Because the blue light is whose turn it is. Priority... it's going to be interesting. So like right now I have priority. Why do I have priority? It's my turn because of the glow. And I have priority when this... either my hand is glowing or this is glowing. So like right now I can make... They have priority, so they get to cast a thing. And then of course, with really nitty-gritty, more advanced rules knowledge, there's this thing called AppNap.
We don't even get a hit in.
Active player, non-active player. And those interactions get real confusing real fast and potentially can be the difference of whether you win or lose a game of Magic. It's based on what are called state-based actions. Both players are about to die, but because of active player, non-active player, the non-active player's triggers go on last and thus gets it.
Careful.
It gets weird.
You can't afford to take another hit like that.
See right there, so it was just talking me through like, hey,
Block first.
Consider
Then
the
it's time for
crackback.
some
And thankfully,
trickery
because
of
this
your
is an
own.
instant and something I can cast on my opponent's turn.
Cast it now.
Look at that. They did not have a follow-up
Very
in there.
clever.
4 cards in hand. 1 flash, 2 flash. Do you got 3 flash?
You've fallen right into my trap.
Get ready.
Well, you did also start with 2 extra cards in hand this game. So I was at a bit of a disadvantage. Thankfully. 2 for 1. I used 1 piece of cardboard to get rid of 2 pieces of their cardboard. Hooray.
I've got nothing, really. I'm at your mercy.
Let's cast a spell only if a creature is attacking you. So the condition is not satisfied, so you do not cast it.
Looks
But
like you've
hopefully-
let your guard down.
The opponent's going to do something. Okay, so these 2 flash creatures, 3 flash creatures, are no longer going to be summoned. Which means they can attack
Now it's
into
my
me.
turn.
Hurry!
But that's
Make
fine.
some blockers.
Now I have an instant to make blockers. And technically, this would be, because they are hellbent, they're top decking, they have no cards in hand. This strategy keeps me at 1 life, and then my crackback kills Dragon Hand Shadow.
Ugh, why won't you die?
Turn will
Now
pass.
you've
I was
got
gonna
her.
win anyway, but I didn't know that. Oh my goodness, I don't need to enchant my creature. I kept myself alive. A win at 1 life.
I'll be in
It's a
touch.
very important motto in Magic. Don't get style points for winning with more life. A W at 1 is the same as a W at a... Okay, so 4 down, 1 to go.
Nice job. That was some
Let's
quick
see
thinking.
what's going
When
on.
we first met, you looked within an inch of your life. But now you're unstoppable.
It's kind of rude. Like,
Who were you fighting in the first place
depending
anyway?
on like which way I go, I'm all gonna get. So this dude,
Nicole Bolas. After I annihilated you, I really didn't expect to see you again.
he's one of the biggest, baddest dudes in the Magic the Gathering lore.
What? This is a terrible idea.
You're right. It is a terrible idea. It's like designed for me to lose.
I'll make
They
a
won't even
deal
let me
with
draw
you,
7. Okay, they didn't let him draw 7 either. So at least
Defeat me,
there's
and
that.
I'll let you go. Lose, and you will serve me for eternity.
fight as if your life depended on it. Sometimes you need to make a tough decision.
Not really a tough one for me. Drop a land and everything in my hand is still castable.
Did he just throw away a dragon?
You look surprised. I do as I choose with what is mine, and it is all mine. Everything here exists or perishes at my whim. Power is the only thing that matters.
My decision
There
to
is
pitch the
nothing
land
else.
was a poor decision, but there's no way for me to. Oh, thank you, Nickel, for dealing 3 damage to yourself. Fortunately, it's not quite fair that you also got to draw. Blocking or blocked, yes. So, show no mercy. Another saying that is common amongst Magic players. Math is for blockers. Which this one's not really math.
I will let nothing stand in the way of what I seek.
So that was just a simple one
Not
for one I drew.
even
1-drop
death.
spell for their 2-drop spell. Oh no! So now they get some big bad dragon with flying haste force. So now I'm on a 4-turn clock. So I get to do some life. They were tapped out, so there's no reason for me to conceal anything. That flies. No reason
Enough
to
of
go
this.
back any of my creatures. No, only wall. So now they got 4 open mana damage. Black, red, blue, and blue. Able to deal 2 damage to each creature without flying. Lovely. So my board is white. Because the first one's going to deal 2. The other one's going to come through and deal 2. Ooh, which is a real crunch. But, drew a land. This guy. Hopefully it lives long enough so I can trigger its ability such that whenever another creature with power 2 or less, ETBs, enters the battlefield under my control, I gain
My
1
triumph is at
Look at that.
hand.
That's a 2/2, so I get to gain a life, draw a card.
What's this?
I get to gain a life, draw a card. I get
Just might be able to pull this off.
Destroy this.
No matter.
Having that at
Soon
3
there will be
turn clock. So
nothing
technically
left
right
of
there,
you
there's
either.
not a whole lot of benefit in the attacking.
Hey!
So the only benefit was it dealt
All
1.
succumb to Bolas.
Hold back, so you can prepare for his attack.
Down to 0. It's all gotta. Oh yeah.
What?
Now I get to gain a life, draw a card, gain a life, draw a card, gain a life, draw a card. Scope out what I want to do.
I've underestimated you.
That is an instant. These 2 and this. I'm a little more afraid of the flyer. Two-thirds of this card. plus that card
Congratulations.
to get rid of that
You're
card.
actually beginning to irritate me.
But anyway, I also gained 4 life, so.
Such
Draw a
impudence.
card. Ooh. Language. My 6/6. And that's just a straight up 2 for 1. My 4/4 dies. So does theirs. But
An
that is
angel.
one of their cards.
Do you really think a mere angel will stop me? My
2 of my
power
cards.
is beyond that of a god.
Cut indeed. That's a crab. here. Oh, it's even just suggesting that I jump. Okay, cool.
Admit defeat.
That's fine.
We've come this far. Don't give up now.
Now, normally I would like to spread the wealth, but I'm actually going to this way, move this back, no attacks.
My
Let's try to gain some
patience is
information
wearing
about
thin.
what
Let's
the computer
finish
or
it.
bolus will do with 2 points. Okay, so they're just getting real frisky. Block like that. Action advantage. The other third of that card here. Equals 6/6. They did not have
This is it.
Sweet. I get to gain 4 life, attack yourself. So now, Nicol Bolas has to answer my Sarah Angel. Have a flyer. That doesn't make any sense. That's just a straight up. Well, that was easy.
Ah, I'm impressed.
I'm not. I feel like I was playing all that tight.
Oh, woohoo!
Okay.
That
okay,
dragon better
okay.
think twice before he tries messing with you again.
Yes, the tutorial. Oh, the lovely tutorial. So, keep the peace, aerial domination, cold-blooded killers, goblins everywhere, large and in charge. So, for anybody that's never played Magic before, Magic is broken into various formats to allow you to play at a power level or in a style that fits your interests. You could almost think of it like with how in, let's take baseball, you have like the major leagues, the minor leagues, and then I think even within the minor leagues, there's like AAA and AA and single A. I don't know baseball. But there's all those levels where, you know, the major leagues are like the top of the top, the cream of the crop, like the toughest opponents you're going to face are in the majors. So standard is kind of the opposite of that. Standard says, hey, at most, we're going to allow cards that have been printed within the last 3 years in specifically standard legal sets. Those standard legal printings will happen about every season. So you kind of have like a winter, spring, summer, fall standard set, which then keeps the set, it's what's called a rotating format. The hope is that because it rotates, you know, about every 3 years, it's called a rotation, it keeps the format somewhat fresher, shakes it up a bit. A little bit bigger of a card pool than standard is what's called Pioneer. Now, Pioneer, what they did is they basically threw a dart at the calendar and said anything printed after that date is legal in the Pioneer format. Okay, similar mentality for the Modern format, where they just moved the dart a little farther. And technically, Modern existed long before Pioneer did, and WotC, Wizards of the Coast, was feeling that the power level in Modern and some of the deck choices and play patterns were getting a little stale, so they wanted to shake it up, give people a mass supported, tournament supported. When I say tournament, I mean money payout supported format, because ultimately more formats for people to play Magic means more money in WotC's bank account. It's not hard to do the math. And people have sort of flocked to Pioneer only in so much as they, can potentially win money playing the format. That's, again, like everything boils down to ultimately money. WotC wants to make money. Magic players want to make money. There are, don't get me wrong, a lot of Magic players that are just in it for the fun, and those would be what are called tabletop players. And tabletop players typically are just house rules. Whoever's house you're at, if they tell you it's banned, it's banned. Otherwise, it is a free-for-all. Bring any card that you can get your grubby hands on. But that's just a very basic, standard Pioneer Modern. There's then probably the most popular format currently in the world, which goes by two names, technically slightly different, basically the same format: Commander and EDH, or Elder Dragon Highlander. And Commander completely throws out a lot of the common rules for Magic the Gathering. So a typical Magic deck has 60 cards and a 15 card sideboard, or think of it like, again, I'll use the baseball analogy, that's your bullpen. That in between games, in a best of 3 games match, you can swap out cards from your sideboard, from your 15 card bullpen, with your 60 card main deck. That way you kind of keep the opponent guessing, oh, I saw that he pulled 5 cards in, pulled 5 cards out. What 5 cards did he change to better combat the deck he just saw? So it creates this on the fly, what's called metagaming, gaming for the game, to try to outsmart your opponent. And some people get very creative in how they approach that. And so it's another layer of complexity on an already Turing complete game. If you're unfamiliar with Turing complete, or how Magic the Gathering is Turing complete, I believe there's a Kyle Hill YouTube video where he goes through, assembles a Commander deck, so it's actually 100 cards, and it takes him like hours, which of course are fast forwarded and edited properly for the video, but he actually builds a computer, thus the qualifications for Turing complete, out of this 99 card Magic deck. So yes, Magic is arguably the world's most complex card/board game, because it is Turing complete and ever growing. At least currently to date, it is growing. So those are banned cards. You're not allowed to play those in standard. Now in Arena, I forgot, in Arena we don't have Pioneer and Modern. Instead we have their pseudo counterparts, Historic, which kind of takes the place of Modern, and Explorer, which kind of takes the place of Pioneer. So, you know, if any card that you see is banned, just think to yourself, oh, those must be mega powerful. And yeah, they are. And then the 3 banned Explorer cards, because again, mega powerful, just not allowed to use them because too many people found them to be unfun. Now, unfun doesn't actually necessarily mean powerful. Unfun could just mean that it didn't necessarily win them the game, but it created a weird board stall scenario where even the person playing the card wasn't having fun. And, you know, WotC needs people to have fun playing their game, because people who have fun buy more of their game. Again, very simple, just follow the money. So here we have it. Holy smokes, I've got a lot of notifications in my mailbox here. Then I also have this Codex of the Multiverse. This is literally just your help
Welcome
guide
to my humble home.
of how to
I'll give
play
you the
game.
tour.
I don't remember exactly.
Here's
how
just a few of
I
the many
can-
resources
okay,
out
so
there.
in order to get through this, I have to like click.
If you want to learn the very basics of how to play Magic, then Quick Start is the place to, well, start. It's jam-packed with expert information and strategy.
Oh boy.
And
Looks
you
like
can
I
always
have to-
replay
so I
the
just have to click
tutorial.
into each of these. So there, if you are looking for information, the Codex of the Multiverse is a great place to start. I don't know why I have all of these, but anything with a little paperclip. Paperclip means you get free stuff. So those are the ones you really want to care about. Go after all of the paperclips. You want all of the paperclips. Very good. Be nice if there was a way to, you know, answer all of these. Oh wow, look at this. I did not know I could do this. And find 59 little helpful tips on at least how to play within the Magic Arena platform. I don't know, I can't exactly remember how many of these tips are useful just in IRL Magic the Gathering. I'm just gonna go ahead and click through each of these. That way I have a recording somewhere of all 59 of these tips. Wow. So close to being done. 4, 3, 2, 1. Claim this prize. Because again, if you see paperclip, it means that there's a prize for you to claim. Go through here. Claim all here. Oh, there was no paperclip, but sweet, okay, only 3 more. Okay. That's all taken care of. I have 1,000 gold, but it looks like maybe it's going to...
Whatever you played last time will show up here. You can practice with me to
So
start.
at least I don't have to play through
Use
all
the
of
Find
the
Match
color
tab
challenges
to try out a new
to
format.
get to...
Or the Events tab to see both limited and constructed events. You'll find the color challenges under the Events tab.
Okay, so limited is usually my preferred way to play, and the cheapest limited option is quick draft. And even for quick draft, you need 5,000 gold. But the advantage of draft is, at least in my opinion, it is the best way to churn gold into gems, because then gems can allow you to enter other limited events like a premiere, which is drafting against other humans. Well, I guess actually, never mind, that's also gold or gems. I don't remember actually if there's anything anymore that is strictly gem based. It might all now be gem or gold, but gold you're actually able to grind for. Gems are only accessible either through the churn process of playing an event, entering an event with gold and then accepting your payout in gems. Oh, this is a bummer. This is one of like the best, and I just, the only way to get that would be to pay for it. Oh well, my bad. So sad. So let's just start opening all of these packs. So I personally am not going to care what all these cards are, because if I were building a deck, like, or if I truly had no clue what Magic was, yes, all of these cards were very useful to me to kind of read up on them and be like, oh, well, look at this. This is an example of what a Magic card can do and looks like. But with me having roughly 7, maybe 8 years of playing Magic under my belt, I have other ways of going about building a deck. So for me, like when I'm building a deck, I don't just blindly, randomly flip through cards. No, I will typically find either a strategy, like an archetype that I know fits my personality, and there's a lot of archetypes and strategies out there, from aggro, tribal / typal, because tribal is a no-no these days. Someday maybe it will go down in the annals of history of like, oh, so for now, typal just feels wrong to say. Like it's there's a tribe, like, oh, it's all goblins. It's the tribe of goblins. So, tribal deck based around goblins. Bring up goblins because one of the tutorials was a goblin deck. All based on fancy goblins. And that also falls under the synergy deck, where each card in your deck is deliberately boosting and benefiting the cards around it. Whereas an aggro deck or a blitz deck doesn't really care that the card you played on turn 1 is going to benefit the next card you play on turn 2, because in a blitz deck, your goal is just attack as fast as possible with as much as possible to get your opponent down to 0. Oh wow, I totally missed how I got 60 gems, but that's cool, I got 60 gems. So yeah, there's blitz, better known as aggro. There is synergy decks, which you can think of as, you know, tribal, or in a way I would put combo under that. Combo is more about sequencing that as long as I have cards A, B, potentially and C, I get to win the game. Or if I have a card from pile A, which might be 2 or 3 cards to pick from, and a card from pile B, which might be 1 or 2 cards to pick from. As long as I can piece these two together in a turn, in the correct order, boom, all of a sudden I win the game. Or potentially it puts me in a position where winning is basically inevitable. Then you have control decks, which are, in my opinion, the most difficult to pilot, because in a way, you have to know how to pilot, and by pilot I mean play. You have to know how to play your opponent's deck better than you know how to play your own deck. Because control decks are all about saying, oh, the thing you wanted to do, no, I'm not allowing it. So you have to be very selective in your resources to deny your opponent their most valuable resources. And so because you're not really playing one deck, you're playing 2 decks, it becomes the most difficult. Any deck that you are piloting benefits from knowing and being able to quickly gauge what your opponent is trying to do, but no deck is it more important, more vital, more critical to be able to ascertain your opponent's strategy as quickly as it is when piloting a combo deck. That's why for me, I don't even touch when piloting a control deck. You know, it is the most critical aspect of piloting a control deck to be able to ascertain your opponent's strategy as fast as possible. That's why for me, I don't even touch control, because like I'm too happy and too busy playing my own cards. Like, you play your cards, I'll play mine. Cool, like, yeah. And I know that is a weakness and that's a hole in my game, because for a well-rounded Magic player, you should be able to play basically any archetype and play it well. But I just have no interest in those blue bleh control cards. And I say blue because most control decks are blue, and if they're not blue, then they're black, because black says I kill it. I kill it, I kill it, I kill it. And killing a creature, killing your enchantment, killing your artifact is a form of control, because it's controlling the board state. It's controlling the flow of the game. All kinds of reasons why it's called control. Some other quick tips here, looking over the main screen, you have these experience level rewards. So as you gain experience points, which these are weekly renewable, up to the first 15 wins per week will earn you some amount of XP. These are also weekly this one's a daily, this one's a weekly. So on a daily basis, this one will renew, and it scales downward. So your most benefit is from your first 4 wins. Those first 4 wins will net you 1,000 gold and 100 XP. Those same 4 wins will also net you 1,000 XP here. So 100 here, 1,000 there would be 1,100 XP. But again, that's only for the first potential. Like, let's say if you were playing every day, Monday through Sunday, and getting only 4 wins and exactly 4 wins, you'd eventually max out here on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you would stop accruing those XP points, but you would still be gaining the XP on a daily basis here. And then these XP open you up to a rewards track here. So you have to, this is where the gems, yeah, you cannot unlock the Mastery Pass with gold. It has to be unlocked with gems. As you can see, there's way more rewards in the bottom tier, which is locked until you shell out essentially money for it. And just the whole way through, you're always going to get some free rewards, packs, and these dumb orbs that I wish they would take away, until you hit about level 55, and then they're just like, no. But as you can see, this set, so the current most recently released standard expansion set was Murders at Karlov Manor, and it only has 6 days. And if I poke down here into my calendar, 6 days would be the 16th. So on the 16th, a new Mastery Pass is going to be unlocked, is going to be made available, is going to be published here inside Magic Arena, and is going to be Outlaws of Thunder Junction? Something Thunder Junction and something Outlaws. I have not really looked into that set. It's going to be something. I don't know. And then also, you can have up to 3 daily quests or challenges where it's going to have a specific requirement here. And once per day, you get to swap. So you always want to swap a 500. Now, if you have a choice between 2 500s, swap out the 500 that you feel would be easiest to accomplish, because sometimes when you roll this, you'll land in a, yeah, right, it did it, a 750. But yeah, so that took me about, let's just call it 45 minutes to work through the annoying Sparky tutorial, click through all of the paper clips under the mail inbox, which then granted me a fair amount of wild cards, actually. So 3 mythic, 7 rare, 18 uncommon, 14 common. So these wild cards then can be used over in the decks tab or the deck builder. So I could take the decks that it let me start with, and let's say I wanted to take this Goblins Everywhere deck and I wanted to tweak it. If you click the actual deck box, you get to see some stats. So my average is a 3.1. Because, wow, there's a lot of, like, 6+ cards. So, like, you know, in a Goblins deck, if these aren't Goblins, they probably shouldn't be in here. Unless they're able to be cashed cheaper. So, yeah, none of these belong in this deck. So, I'm just going to remove all of these. And because of that, I can go down to 23. Now opens up 8 slots to play something. And obviously, the first thing I would want to check is cards that say Goblin. Because this is a Goblins Everywhere pre-constructed deck. Okay, so there's a 2-drop Goblin. I would need green to be able to do the other thing. But otherwise, if I ignore that, although the weird silly little A means that it's an Alchemy legal. I want to make this just a standard legal. So now it gets rid of the Alchemy A. Oh, wow. Never mind. Never mind at all. Let's go back. Apparently this will have to stay Alchemy. Okay. So, was not expecting that. Trample haste whenever an equipped creature. Well, I have no equipment, so I don't want that. 4-drop. When ETBs. Ooh, create, yes. So this is a 4-drop that makes more goblins. If it makes a goblin, it's a good goblin. Pay you that, sack an artifact or land to draw a card. It's a 1-drop goblin, so no complaints there. So this, if it was kicked, do other thing. Otherwise, tap, sack to draw, sack a land to draw a card. It's a 2/2 goblin that draws me cards. Can't complain. Whenever this is dealt 3 or more damage, investigate. That's not terrible. Investigating is nice, and it's a 2-drop goblin. When this card enters the battlefield or is turned face up, ooh, so disguise is fun. Deals X damage to target opponent, where X is the number of non-creature spells you've cast since the beginning of your... Wow, that is a lot to keep track of. But that's what Arena's for. Arena keeps track of that. Whenever you sack an artifact, put a +1/+1 on the thing. This cares about goblins? Oh, the backside cares about goblins, yeah. Oh, conjure. No, I refuse. I will not. Will not. Absolutely will not. Conjure a card. So look at that. Just enough goblins to tweak this as an alchemy deck. And now the average is 2.4. There we go. There we go. So the other thing to check would be, what are the non-creature spells? So shock, very important. Shore strike, not really that, not that impactful. No, I'm not a big fan. Creatures, yes. Board-wide things, very good. Create goblins, I like create goblins. Whenever a creature you control with 2 or less, yeah, that can save. But this, no. No. And because of how low I've gotten my count, let's even try to find 3. So now I'm just gonna look for the word damage, and I want damage to be dealt at instant speed, or even as an artifact, because there were some of the things I cared about. Oh yeah, so lightning strike, never mind. That's all I needed to see, was just 3 lightning strikes. That is also tempting. But yeah, 3 lightning strikes, that's all I need. 2.4 average. Do I have any other avatars to pick from? Ooh, sweet.
You and I are gonna take them out.
We'll just be obvious about this. This is a red deck. Goblins. And let me see, who's my favorite looking goblin? To put on the deck box. You're not even a goblin! Hold up. You can stay as an ogre. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, because if I ever get a goblin lord, lord is a creature that, you know, lord effect, you know, gives a pump to stuff. Alright, so now I want to look for equipment. Hmm. 4-drop near. Oh boy. Are these sorted by... No, they're not. Okay, what is this? Equip a detective or else pay 3. Ew. Yes. Makes a rebel, but I don't really care. Bespoke Battle Garb. Creature +2/+0. Celebration at the beginning of combat on your turn. If 2 or more non-land represented battlefield is control this turn, attach this equipment up to 1 target creature, otherwise equip annoyingly. Code creature has first strike trample. And there. Okay, so now it's goblins! Oh yeah, by the way, it is goblins. Very important. Very, very important. Trash Master. Yeah, I like Jimmy Rebel. So we'll use that one. Alright, cool. So there's a very quick tweak on goblins. So let's find out what the
This
rank
is your
ladder
rank.
looks like for alchemy.
Each victory, it'll improve.
I don't even know how to describe what alchemy is trying to be. I really don't know. It's an arena only thing that they can adapt on the fly because cards are not limited to their printing or what's called an errata system, where they literally, you have to like reference that, oh, this card no longer says this, it actually says that. And all right, so I have turn 1 to try to kill a thing, and then I can do that. So sure. Yay, more lanes. Hall of Tagsin. Taps for a colorless. You can filter, pay 1 and tap it, tap a mana any color. You can pay 3 and tap, so basically 4 mana to create a tap power stone token. Very nice. Interesting. May have. Enough about. Let's try. Play 2/2. No paper. Sacrifice a dude. That's alright. It's a goblin. Trample on his battlefield. Face up, or else I can disguise it. Cast this. Face down. 3 is a 2/2. Okay, so it's just a weird filtering ramp type deck playing a bunch of what I would call draft chaff. Burn your face. Face down, goblin. Okay, this one is a 12 with 4 mana available. X is the number of uncommitted cast since the beginning. plays with disguise to know whether it's instant speed or not. Okay, so opponent is in very big trouble. Thanks to burn, right? Ooh, a mass! Look at you getting some blockers, gaining life. Very, very nice. Very nice. Do you have haste? You do not have haste. So you don't help me, you don't help me. Alright, go to attacks. And that's good game. Unless they've got something with this colorless. Okay, so that's gonna deal you 2. Yep, that's expected. Yep. And game, please. Yeah. There you have it. Because of the daily win on this one, I win 250 gold. Because of the combined, I get 275 XP. So then the next useful thing, because I don't recommend playing Alchemy. I don't think Alchemy is good for anybody. But let's show how to use some wild cards. So I'll go back up here to Deck Architect. I'm gonna build something in Standard, and I just want to focus on red cards. So the first thing here is anything that deals damage. Shocks are actually not as important. I actually want to do cards that I both have and not have. So it deals damage as a white, and let's for now just look at the instant speed damage. So until end of turn, target attacking creature gets this and trample one of this creature's combination player, destroy an artifact. So that would be maybe an interesting sideboard card. This would only care if no. Creature or planeswalker. If that creature would die, exile instead. No. Just 2 to only a creature. So actually, I went damage and player. Very important. Now I know there's more cards that say. That's what I'm looking for. Player or any target. Not Amy target. Any target. So yeah, shocks, cathartic pyre. Turn target face down, creature face up. Or, and maybe, exile any number of face up creatures you control with disguise and face on pile. Shuffle that pile and then cloak them. Okay. So I only have the 1 card art of Lightning Strike, which is fine. So I only have the 3, and this is a common. I'm going to craft, so it just spent 1 of my common wild cards to give me the 4th copy of Lightning Strike. I could have sworn... Oh yeah, Play with Fire. Jeez, right there it is. So Play with Fire is the power corrupt version of Shock, because they do exactly the same thing, except for Play with Fire has this, little tacked on rider comment that says, well, if a player was the one that was dealt damage, you also get to scry. And scrying is pretty useful. Not as useful as drawing a card, but right up there. Okay, so that's the Lightning Strike. And then at this point now, you're getting into 3-drop spells. So, kind of meh. What do I have? I have 14 uncommons. So the absolute... I can't think of what it's called. Now I need to do away with instant speed. And I want... This is my guy, Monastery Swiftspear. And absolutely a crucial piece to any burn deck. Also an uncommon is the Monstrous Rage. I think that, yeah, Monstrous Rage plays very well with Monastery Swift Spear. So craft that as well into this. We have Faces Ka. Faces Kakazan. I'm a big fan of it, but given the resources that I have, I'm only going to do 2 of for now. So I need to focus. I get to do 1 more 4 of. Ideally, this will only have about 21 lands, maybe. So let's just open up the gauntlet. Anything that deals damage. Let's focus on commons. The Beamtown Beats. Yeah, Beamtown Beatstick. Equipped with Menace. When it deals common, you create a thing. End the festivities, deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. As a common though, hey, ability to deal 1. I'm personally a fan of the Sawblade Scamp. So craft all of those there. Simeon Sling gets to reconfigure. Becomes blocked to deal 1. Oh, haste. That's the other. That's, let's see, creatures that are common with the haste. As long as you control an artifact, +1 in haste. When it dies, create. So craft that. I still have 4 more. Okay. I have 3 of them. Wow, how is there not really that many creatures with haste? Alright, let's start to see if maybe in the uncommon slot is there somebody worth a 4 of. A frantic scapegoat, oh my goodness. ET Bills suspected. A suspected creature has menace but can't block. Whenever 1 or more other creatures enter the battlefield under your control, if Frantic Scapegoat is suspected, you may suspect one of the other creatures. If you do, Frantic Scapegoat is no longer. Oh my goodness. Probably Phoenix Chick is better. Flying Haste and Recursion. Leaning definitely towards the Phoenix Chick. But props on some of these. Look at the top 6. Maybe a dragon. I'm not gonna have any dragons. Haste. Pay 1 tap. Discard a draw. Whenever you discard 1 or more artifact cards, which I don't really have. I'm just double checking here before I go gung-ho into the... Okay, yeah, Phoenix Chick is my guy. Alright, Phoenix Chick, where are you? Yeah, Phoenix Chick. Although, it kind of feels like I'm getting away from the Swift Spear. Let me see here, so... If that's my turn 1 play, what makes for a good turn 2? This... Very much this. Very much this. Potentially even that. Okay, yeah, so still plenty. What is that? 12 and 17? Yeah. Yeah, I can live with that. Yeah, Phoenix Chick. So that's going to use up my uncommons. So... Common. Oh, yes. Yes. That's a common? Sweet. Yes, okay, so now I can only look at the stuff that I have. Why is this? Why? Ah! Okay, that was fun. Forgot that my phone was plugged in somewhere, and I tried to pick it up. So, why am I? Oh my goodness! Why is Furnace Skull Bomb flagged in MTG Arena? Oh. Huh. I mean, it let me add it. But I kind of don't want to, because it just feels weird. Okay, but type equipment, and it would just be 2-drop ones, but this is 2-drop that makes a rebel. I actually have 3 of them. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 at the beginning of combat on your turn. If 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield on your control turn, attach up to. And then, I mean, the equipped creature gets +2/+0, so that feels like it could be good. Flash deals 2 to any. Yes, please. You know what, honestly, yeah, I think I'd rather have, yeah, because this is still plenty of turn 1 plays. My average has to be like, whew, yeah, that's the way to do it.
When people start screaming,
1.2
I know I'm on
average.
track.
Nice, and we'll go ahead and put Swifty. Nah, you can't deny. Just come on, it's Phoenix Chick. Phoenix Chick is where it's at. Alright, so this is Red Blitz. You see this? Because it is only commons and uncommons. I forgot to check about, yeah. So let me double check lands that are red. Have anything in terms of utility lands? No. Okay. Oh wait, sorry, not just red lands, uncommons. Or colorless. It does come in. Pigs, Rita, Surveil. Not really worth it. Enters battlefield tapped. Not really. It's risky. Unless you tap. Okay, untapped artifact or land. Color fixing. Tap sack to search for basic. Put on the battle. Tap sack. Target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. With power 2 or less can't be blocked. I'm just curious to see how that pans out. The goal is very straightforward, very simple. Attack, 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 attack. And it just so happens that that's also the quest that I'm attempting to complete. So this is an excellent Swift Spear. A stun. some kind of poison deck because Rot Priest cares about me targeting their creatures. So I'm just not going to target their creatures. I'm a burn deck. I don't care about your creatures. No, definitely don't need that. Yes. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, pretty sure opponent here is they're gonna have some troubles. Because it is the end of turn 2 and they're at 14. And they gain a life. Okay, so there's Ivy. So whenever player comes only a single they copy targets. So okay. Bummer. Alright. Oh, that's instant speed. This has to be sorcery. Each creature they can look at. So bye-bye Ivy. AKA goodbye to your blocker. Oh, he's going. He's just behind my head. Come on, you got one open here. Blue or green. Cast your instant. Give me a poison. So it's also got some counter eats. Oh, wow, and opponent's getting frisky. Well, no, technically they're like forced into blocking. Doesn't matter which one they block. They both have the tramples anyway. And the opponent goes to 2, depending on what they have in hand, to either kill one of my attackers or buff up their Rot Priest. Buff. So now they can eat that. So now they have to hold back both. Oh, nice. Good game. Top deck. Hey, that's why we play the game of Magic. It was a good one. And that's what Toxic has the advantage of. Yeah, like I'm counting up to 20, they're only counting up to 10. So okay, no creatures. Has blue and black. Okay, so most likely some form of control, maybe tempo. I would like to draw a card, please. I can't pay two. Play with fire, attacking them. Just waiting for them to move in stuff. Basically a bolt. 1 mana instant, deal 3. Assuming that the creature, you know, is able to at least trample over a 1 toughness creature. Alright, so 4 cards in hand to my 1 card. That's a big dude. As enters the battlefield, choose a number between 1 and 10. Whenever opponent casts a spell with mana value, loses 2 life, you draw a card, and they chose 2, I'm guessing? Good guess. So 11 minus 3 is 8. It's 4 turn clock. That will be 12 for them. So they need some other fancy stuff. That's a good card. That's a very good card. What? Why can't that be legendary? That helps. That helps. Train and get one back. That's I mean, unless you want to discard a card? Want to discard a card? Had opponent just sequence this a little better, they wouldn't have to discard whatever they're about to discard. It seems like it's maybe something juicy. No, never mind, just a land. Still. Play mills 3, then you return 2 cards. 2 creature cards. Okay. Yes, thank you. Initsubu. ATBs draw 3, then put 2 cards. Oh, wow. Are you afraid of the rat? Do not be afraid of the rat. I can't win this. This game is so far beyond me. The little rat gets through. Hooray! Yeah, as soon as they play this, hit it too. Bye. Oh, it's a. Is that a Jace the Mind Sculptor effect? I think that's what Jace the Mind Sculptor does. Hold on. I have the Google for a reason. Attack me, please. Hey, that does some damage. Okay, so deals 2 to any target. Your face. Yeah, jeez. Perfect. Thought so. Two-turn clock. Do I even have an artifact? Yeah. Ah, my rat has killed you. And ouch, that kind of hurt. Wait a second. What just happened? You make. Oh my goodness, that's stupid. Just rude. Craft. Exile another artifact you control. Graveyard. Exile this card. Turn transfer. It's yeah. Not sure I like being a little deep hanging over artifact. You do. 2 and a black. Creature, vampire, cleric, 2/4 death touch. Whenever this creature attacks the player with the most life or tied for the most life, which is not actually right now. Me-ish. Create a 1/1 vampire creature with life or whatever it is. While you have them this one. Oh, I like that. I like that for like vampire specific decks. Because it just makes more tokens, or it draws you cards. Vampires are known for lifelink, as it even says. The token has a lifelink. Look at that, you got back your thing. Okay. Ooh. I have a thing? Where did those come from? Huh? Huh. Well, thank you, Mill. 5, 4. Attached to green control. +2. Hey. Why not? I'm trying to even think if there's even a line that gets me there. I don't think there is. Because even if I draw a Phoenix chick... Or no, wait, if I drew something else... No, there's no Phoenix chicks in my graveyard. That would have maybe been an angle. No, because I would have needed 2 creatures. Phoenix chick is whenever you attack with... Is Phoenix chick 2 or more? Google, help me! I can't remember my own cards. Phoenix chick. I'm just letting opponent have some fun. Alright, so Scryfall for Phoenix chick. Dominator Unite. Whenever you attack with 3 or... Okay, never mind. 3 or more creatures. So... Yeah, this very much feels like a well-tuned net deck, and if opponent did blue this, then props to... I'm letting them just get some reps in, because I knew I was dead several turns ago. Yep, that don't do it. Alright, so that one was not so much fun. Dex. Blitz. Blitz, blitz, blitz. Alright, so type equipment. Indestructible pickaxe. That's creature type screen. Treasure chart. Alright, so for this to be worth it, I need more artifacts. A 2/2 with first strike trample. Or no, for this one to make more worth it. Well, that actually, yeah, would work quite well with those, believe it or not. Huh. Alright, so I need to get rid of 3 cards. I like the scamp too much. You know what? Yeah, let's knock a Phoenix check. Post it over to the Valhalla Cards and Gaming. Yep. Into a Raging Swiftspear. Technically that was kind of poor use of... can see the highlight there. So opponent's just trying to figure out. The opponent has a way to kill something. They just don't know which one to kill. Okay, so opponent's blue-black. Hopefully not the same blue-black that I just faced. Oh, it probably is though, because I have to imagine that that's a popular deck. It impressed me enough where I'm like, ooh, oh, I can put that together. Nope, never mind. Okay. Not afraid of that. So let's take a look here at the top of my deck. Yes, please. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go help. I'm not honestly. And the opponent's like, nope, I'm done. Forget it. Felt pretty good. Turn 3 kill. I mean, let's say you block. I mean, there was no real like good block. You're at 10. You definitely don't jump here, so you're at 7. You're at 6. Your best block is here, because then all that does is create a little 1/1 and prevents this from coming back the next turn as a 2/2. I have no idea what's off the top of my deck. But yeah. Yeah, it felt pretty good. Pretty good. And that's going to conclude the first initial gameplay of the Valhalla C&G store account here on MTG Arena. Go ahead and shoot us over a friend request here. Be friends with us, chat with us. Potentially that might get you some inroads to down the road promotionals, deals, free giveaways. Who knows what the future holds for Valhalla cards in game, your paradise for the nickel and dime cards needed to complete your IRL build and brew. Whether it be a net deck or something from your own, something of your own creation and concoction. Our goal is to have it for you. And if we don't have it, well, it might be stuck in our chaotic bulk inventory sitting around, or we will bend backwards in hopes and attempts of finding that perfect piece you need. Or maybe you're not sure how to turn a good deck to a great deck. Please reach out to us, drop us a comment on this video with a link to your Moxfield deck list, to your MTG Goldfish deck list. Me or one of my co-founders will be happy to look over your build and make a suggestion. Maybe you've got two opposed strategies. You're trying to play a blitz aggro line, but then you've also got some combo pieces and they're fighting each other. Because a deck functions optimally when it is traveling a very clear mission. I don't want to say like tell a story with your deck, but you want to have as many pieces as possible bounce and benefit off of one another. And typically a blitz strategy does not gel with a combo strategy. It's not the way Magic's designed. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm sure there are decks out there that could do it. Don't fight upstream if you don't have to. You're just using more energy than potentially is necessary. I hope you've learned something. If nothing else, you've enjoyed watching this run through of the setup tutorial nightmare that is MTG Arena, and then some deck building, deck tweaking, and gameplay, the funnest part of MTG Arena. If you did enjoy this, go ahead, smash that subscribe button, drop us a like, even better, throw a comment down below. That way we can, interact, we get to know you, and you maybe get to know some of us. But until next time, peruse the paradise that is our purchasable inventory over at valhalla-cards.com to finish off the perfect list that you are building whether it be a net deck or a handcrafted creation of your own concoction. Handcrafted concoction of your own creation? Whether it's something you cooked up yourself or a net deck list. Until next time, peace out to you and all the rest of the Magic the Gathering community.